Hello, everybody, and welcome to Biz Talk. I'm your host, Tanya Kabuya. And on today's episode, we have two beautiful boss babes from Space Age Designs. I know, houses, beautiful interiors. This is something that we've always wanted. I mean, I dream about them all the time, having a beautiful home. And today we have ladies that make that happen for everybody. Ladies, welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
Nosipho and Nondu, boss babes, making it happen in the construction and interior design field. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. Tell us how it started.
Woo! It's a long story. But we actually met in university. We were studying together. How this whole thing came about into being in a business together is we actually were doing a project together at school, and we actually had common interests in business. So when that kick started and we did a project and we saw that we are very compatible, we are able to work together, and we gel, we have the same type of visions and stuff. So that's how we clicked.
Wow. So
yeah.
Let me
Can I add on to that, Tanya?
Yeah, sure, for sure.
Yeah. And another thing is, Ndumiso and I actually didn't realize that we had so much in common. Not just the fact that we were studying together, but when we were talking about our backgrounds, we realized that we had so much in common, because I come from an architectural background. She also comes from an architectural background. Her brother is an architect, and my uncle is an architect. And we both did upholstery prior to studying in design at CPUT. So we're like, everything just pretty much lined up for us. So yeah.
That's such a great story. Because I mean, I remember at uni, I usually was keep my head down, just get through the classes, and it's such a beautiful thing that you guys could connect through university. So what made you guys choose architecture and interior design?
It was a calling.
Oh, it was a calling.
Yeah, true. It was a calling. Hey, I totally agree with her, because
it was natural
even
for you.
When I was in high school, I did design.
Wow.
So I've always known for a fact that this was something that I'm gonna do once my matric. So yeah, I came across this beautiful chick over here, and we just decided to join ventures and create our beautiful baby, Space Age Designs.
So if I may ask, let's just put it out there. In high school, I sucked at anything drawing. So this was definitely not something I could have done. But how old is your business?
We actually 3 years.
3 years. Wow, that's you guys are almost getting there to the mark, because most businesses fail within the first 5 years.
Yeah.
Hey, that is the statistics. That's the statistics.
No, that is when we started. It was a thing of, is it just like, maybe are they doing a side hustle, or is it just like maybe a phase that they're going through and stuff like that? But I mean, we have been officially 3 years, but we did start the business when we were in second year. We were doing projects and traveling nationwide, doing projects in second year, but officially we are 3 years.
Oh my gosh, that's congratulations, ladies. Like that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Big thing. And I think
the thing is, Tanya.
Oh. Nosipho, you wanted to say something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the thing is, Ndumiso and I, just to add on to what she was saying, when we started, as she said, still at, and then graduated, we would do work and and running our company part-time. But that was a bit difficult because, I mean, you have to meet up with clients at certain times. And when you do a job, that puts you in a very compromising position. So we did our year, we did our internship as well. And then when we felt that we were ready to actually run Space Age full-time, that's when we were like, 8 to 5, bye, it's been good. It's now time for us to push our car full-time.
Yeah.
Wow, that is magnificent. That's a beautiful story, because a lot of people usually ask kids to leave the 8 to 5 for actually becoming entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And it's such a beautiful thing that you guys actually decided to go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask.
Another thing is that
I wanted to ask, because architecture is such a male-dominated industry. How do you guys navigate that?
Oh my gosh.
I think it's just a matter of being passionate about what you do. When you're really hungry for something and it's something that you really, really enjoy doing, I think those type of obstacles and that you look at the fact that we're in a male-dominated industry, you kind of put it aside because, I mean, this is what we love doing. So those are just minor issues for us. So we're not all about that, oh my God, we're in a male-dominated industry, because this is what we love doing. So those things are just put to the side and we just continue doing what we love.
Yeah, we had to kind of step out of it. We had to kind of shift our mindset a bit.
Yeah.
You know, we can't ignore the fact that we are in a male-dominated field, because certain obstacles and instances that do happen that makes you realize, oh yeah, you know, it makes you realize, okay, I am in it. But when you're determined to do something, you just, you know, you go for it. But like I said, we can't ignore the fact that we are in a dominated male industry. But what we try to do as well in maybe projects that we do, we try and incorporate as much female as possible, because believe it or not, you still get females till today who are actually taken aback and shocked that actually a female can, you know, do these type of things. You know? Exactly. So we just try to, whenever maybe we've got jobs, we try to look for more female, because yes, they do want to get to that point, but they don't know how. They don't have the platform, they don't have the knowledge and things like that. So we just always try to extend a hand, because I mean, we had the privilege of being exposed to that field, not only education wise, but also at home. So we have that background, you understand?
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that you guys are about women empowerment, and this is something I absolutely believe in. I believe that we should lend each other a helping hand. We are not in competition with one another, and we should, as females, we should be able 100%. To help each other. And that's a beautiful thing that you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Now, my next question is, can you guys walk me through what is a typical day for Space Age Design's managing directors?
It's days of not sleeping. It's sleeping 4 hours a day.
Oh my word!
It's no, on the real. It's because at this stage, Tanya, we are trying to build still, even though we've been in existence for like 3 years, but we are still trying to build certain aspects of the company, you understand? So pretty much we are the ones that still do the work. We do the site visits, we do the admin, everything. So there is very less time to focus on yourself, but everything just goes, you know, to the company in every way you look at it. But a typical day is waking up very early and sleeping very late. We don't sleep before 12. That just does not exist. And
another thing is, Tanya, like with the whole thing of Ndumiso and I being in different cities, There's a lot of communication that goes in via WhatsApp, voice notes, sketching, and all of that, especially when you're working on a design. Because you'll find that sometimes she's working on a project, but we collaborate, even though she's the one that's running the project because it's in Durban, for example. So there's a lot of communication that goes in as well. Like I would say maybe 4 hours of our day is strictly dedicated to us just going back and forth, talking about what we're going to do, how we're going to plan for the month, what are we hoping to achieve this month, and all of those type of things.
Oh my word, so that's really a lot of time management. That's really a lot of time management.
Yeah.
Yes. We had to really we had to really be good at communication. Yeah. Because we in different provinces. So I can run a project here. Maybe if I get another project, she will have to take over. Meantime, she's in Joburg working on a project in KZN, you know what I mean? So communication has to be really on point there.
That looks like you guys nailed it. You guys are nailing it, obviously. It's been 3 years.
You know what I think worked for us, Tanya? I think the whole thing that enabled us to get to that point where we are good at communicating is the fact that we study together. Ndumiso knows how I work. I know how she works. So I think that created a very solid foundation for us to be able to talk on WhatsApp and actually understand what one is saying to the next. So I think that pretty much made it easier for us to get into that type of communication without being in the same place.
What I wanted to ask next is what motivates you guys, like, to keep driving? Because I know that running a business is not easy. There's so many highs, but there are so many lows that people don't see. Like, what keeps motivating you to, like, not give up?
I think it's more so what we have initially planned from the get-go when we decided that, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to open this company and we're just going to run with it. Whatever we come across, we don't care what it is. We are so determined to make it happen. I think that's one of the things that actually gets us going. I remember this one, last year we did an exhibition at the Rancho. This was our first time doing an exhibition. And Tanya, I'm telling you, everything that could have went wrong that day went wrong.
I know that.
So we asked ourselves, our reach was bad. It was bad. And there were money that we had to pay that we did not budget for. Like, everything was just chaotic. But Ndumiso and I have such a strong mindset. Like, we are able to regroup immediately. Okay, this is the situation now. Now, how do we move on from here? So we've always had that type of mindset. Even if we go through the most difficult situations, we always try to find a way of getting out of it and constantly reminding ourselves that this is our ultimate goal. And also, what keeps us going is the fact that we knew that when we started this thing, it's not going to be right. Mm-hmm. We have achieved. It might not be stuff that are tangible, because everyone wants to make money at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But we look at our growth, because before everything else, before we are business people, we are interior designers. So we're still tapping into this whole thing of running a company and actually doing everything ourselves. So those are the things that keeps us going, because we told ourselves that when we decided to when we decided to resign from work, there was no going back. We don't care what happens. We're just gonna keep going for it, and that's one of the things that actually keep us going.
Okay, it keeps you going, and I just have to tap into the fact that you said that one of the ultimate things when you're running a business is you want to make money. So I want to know, how do you guys market your business?
At the moment, social media is one of the platforms that we use to market our work. And besides that, we do a lot of we try to surround ourselves with the people that are in the same industry, because word of mouth is very powerful as well. I mean, we have gotten jobs from people that we probably met once and just had a conversation about a company. So it's word of mouth and surrounding ourselves with people that are in the same industry, people with common interests, and using social media as well, because a lot of the time we tend to underestimate the power of social media, especially if you use it the right way. So yeah, those are the main two things that main two platforms that we use to market our companies.
So basically what I'm hearing you say is network the hell out of everything.
You have to.
And social media marketing is key. At this stage we are in, I think it's the one thing that is the biggest way to market yourself. You cannot underestimate how important it is to have a social media platform and to build a level of authority on that. So that is absolutely true. I believe in that, and I know that I've built my consulting company on word of mouth. I remember I moved to Joburg with 200 Rand in my pocket. Like, after my flight ticket, after my route train, my route train thing, by the time I got to my cousin's house, I had 200 Rand and change. Basically, that was what I moved to Joburg with. Literally, I told my family in Cape Town, I'm moving to Joburg. In my pocket, I have like 1,000 something. And I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I feel like Cape Town is suffocating me. They have to be more. I'm moving to Joburg. And by the time I was done, it was that. And networking built me my business in Joburg. Where literally to be, I got your details from so and so. I got your details for so and so. Word of mouth is such a powerful tool that sometimes some entrepreneurs underestimate it. Word of mouth is such an important tool for your marketing.
It is. And we disregard that so much, eh? I'm telling you, you can literally meet a person once, and that person could be the one that actually makes a difference in your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my next question is, I see Nondi's trying to get back in. I think we'll go back to the question that she was about to answer then. But I want to know, how did you build your customer base?
Oh, customer base. Okay. Firstly, what we had to do, we had to identify our potential clients and social media. I must say social media played a very big role in our business. When we started, it was probably, we were getting jobs there, 90% was social media. We decided to join groups that are in social media, most especially Facebook. We started to join groups, we started to post there, we started to boosting our posts, we started being recognized there. And only after some time, when we were able to build a portfolio, only then able to get referrals now from a client that we've done work for, and then started getting referrals. So it was very important to us that we know how to quote, we know how to deliver superb work for them to come back and be able to refer us to the next person.
Oh my word. Like the thing about social media, like basically you're saying it was one of the biggest building blocks of your business.
Definitely.
It has been. It has been.
Absolutely. I mean, my coaching business, which is aside from my other businesses, I've definitely built it on social media, because obviously on my Instagram, I mostly post on business tips, marketing tips, and things like that, because I realized that when I was starting a business, that information wasn't out there. Because in Cape Town, I initially started a business that failed because I did not understand the principles of business. I was good at marketing and sales, but I did not understand other principles as like financial management, how to manage money, that
Yeah.
your revenue is not your profit. All those things I did not understand. How did you learn about those things? Did you have to do it like me by trial and error, or did you actually know it working into that situation, into the business field?
We don't have education about it. I'm not gonna lie. Luckily, like I said, we were like blessed individuals. All of this was a calling, like no joke, because Nosipho's mother isn't anything to do with finance. So when we get sick, we know who to call and contact. So by the grace of God, we've never experienced a time where we failed and then we learned from that. You understand? But we learned as we go along. We don't have no educational background of, maybe we have a certificate of what financial management and things like that. But we do research. We do consult with our family members that are immediate, that are close to us, that are in particular fields that we may need that information from. By the grace of God, that was that's how it just happened. You know what I mean?
So basically, you're saying tap into your network. Tap into your network.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be willing to ask help.
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that's also one of the things that makes a lot of people tap into that whole thing of having to learn the hard way, is because we are scared to ask. Don't be afraid to ask, because I mean, you're not going to know everything, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
True.
Some people are like, asking is a form of weakness, or you have to. The thing is, they don't teach us these things at university or school.
Absolutely.
So
no, you don't.
You are taught how to be an employee, but you are not taught how to be an entrepreneur.
To run your own. Exactly. Yeah.
True.
Exactly. I totally agree with you on that.
We were taught, groomed, modeled of how to be an employee and work up the ladder. So when we had different interests other than that, we were kind of struggling at first. Okay, how do we go about this? How do we do this? You know what I mean? So we had to do a lot of research every time we do something. Do you understand? Because they don't teach you at school. Even the basics. I understand maybe if you want to go like to the extreme, or specializing, or being like deliberately going to financial management course. I'm talking about basic
I had to do that.
stuff,
I had to do that. I had to go back to uni to study
exactly,
because my business failed because I did not understand the difference between revenue, managing cash flow, and obviously banks did not help because they're seeing all the money go into your bank instead of telling you like, listen here, there are other opportunities. You could invest extra cash flow into money markets or things like that. They don't tell you. Banks sometimes don't tell you these things. They only want to be charging you, because I remember sending my stuff to my accountant for my the end of the year taxes, and they're like, but Tanya, your bank charges are so high. Why aren't you investing your excess cash flow instead of keeping it in the bank? I was like, what? What are you talking about? What is that?
Exactly.
Seriously.
Yeah.
There's a lot I had to learn along the way, because it's like basically like you said, Nosipho, that you get knocked, you get up. You get knocked down again, you get up. You get knocked down again. That's basically being an entrepreneur. You get knocked down, get up. And you don't let it sit on your shoulder. Because I learned the hard way. I went from making 100K a month to not understanding where my money is going, because sometimes you'll be like, that you had, these are real things that happened to me. You probably had 20,000 in your bank account, and the next minute you go to the bank, you've got 2,000, 3,000 rand that have gone in bank charges, and you're asking them, how? And the bank always has an answer for you, hey? Because even when you don't understand, they will complicate it for you so you don't still understand, but you like, keep it.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Ladies, I have a question for you. If there's somebody out there, because one of the reasons I wanted to start Biz Talk was to help new entrepreneurs, people that are aspiring to be entrepreneurs but don't know where to start. So if you had to advise somebody out there, what would you tell them?
I would definitely tell them you don't always need to have capital to start a business. That's just number one.
Oh,
remove that mentality from your head, because that's the only thing that's stopping you right now
from starting. Yes. True.
That's just number one.
I would say is you need to know exactly what it is that you want to get out of what you're starting. Like, you need to have a core understanding of what it is that you're doing. So also one of the things that I would say is that people need to stop on focusing on the things that they don't have, and focus more on what it is that they have and how can I make this thing work with the little that I have. Because we can always sit around and say, oh, this is what I want to do, but I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this. But you have a pen, you have a paper, you can jot these things down. Can we just start there? Stop focusing on the things that you don't have. Because that's also, as Ndumiso said, you don't need capital always to start a business. You don't need a fancy laptop or computer to start a business. You need to start focusing on the little stuff that you have, and then you start building it from there.
I started on my phone. My biggest business tool is my phone. Give me a phone and I can run my business. Give me a phone, internet, and I run my business. And coffee.
That's it. You work with what you have and stop focusing on the things that you don't have. Otherwise, you'll never get anywhere. You'll just be one of those people who just sit around and complain about the things they don't have, and forget that, listen, maybe me having a pen and paper is something that the next person don't have at all. So hence I'm saying that we should start having that type of mindset whereby we complain that, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. You have a smartphone, you can go on the internet, you can watch YouTube videos. And also what's also really, really important is that you event yourself, like keep on working on yourself, because that's the best way a person can reproduce like fresh ideas, by always wanting to learn more and all of that stuff. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. You guys really dropped some nuggets there for people out there. Now, my final question, one of my final questions is, that's not my final question, because I still have one question. So these are like the last two. What do you wish that you knew then when you were starting that you now know?
I need a second for that one. Oh, that you don't have to go to a business school to run a business.
True. That's a good one.
You don't have to. Look at me and Ndumiso. We are here pushing this thing with no business background. We just had a dream and we told ourselves this is what we're gonna do, and we are just gonna go for it. You don't always have to have A, B, and C in order for you to make whatever it is that you want to accomplish a reality.
All right, that's actually perfect. Actually, I agree with that.
Yeah,
you need a dream.
People will be like, oh, but you don't have this, but you cannot do A, B, and C if you don't have this. There's a lot of people that have made it without the things that people said they're supposed to have.
True, and I can definitely identify with that, because you just need your dream. You need to want to hustle. Like, you have to have that hustle mentality, and then I think a lot of people have built businesses like that. So my final question is,
are you sure this is your final question, Tanya?
It is my final question. It is my final question. What is the three top skills that you think that a person should have when running a business?
Excuse me?
The three top skills that you should have to run a business.
I would say is you need to your managing skills have to be on point. I mean, you micromanage your business from A to Z. So being able to manage your business is one of the most important things.
I would say, when you, especially when you're starting, you have to know how to, you have to be able to be flexible, okay? Not just in time or anything, but you have to be able to be flexible in terms of, you have to be able to know that you are going to be the admin person, you're going to be the person that goes on site, you're going to be everything in the beginning when your business starts, depending on what business it is or whatever, or what's your financial background and things like that. But I think flexibility, you have to be able to be flexible. That's just number one. And also patience. I've learned a lot of to have a lot of patience.
I can imagine.
Patience. No, patience. You have to have patience because you can plan. I feel like also, especially if you're a very strict person and you're very controlly, or you like your things in order, you're gonna struggle a bit, because sometimes things don't always go according to how you plan it or how you plan your business to be. It might take longer, or that might happen. You might be directed to something else. You know what I mean? So definitely you must be flexible and you have to be patient. Yeah, that's what I would say.
So basically, patience, flexibility. And
yes.
Nosipho said management. You need to be able to manage.
Yes,
Wow.
and that goes hand in hand with discipline, because we have home offices, so it's easy for us to just say, hey, I'm just gonna sleep the whole day. That's just number one.
Nosipho?
You have to be also you have to be able to manage your company. I feel like that's also super important, because if you lack at that, you're pretty much running your company to the ground. And also being able to...
Oh my gosh, what is wrong with this connection today? What are
very
you trying
important.
to do?
Because imagine each and every time you get a project, you just go and spend your money. I mean...
Oh. So basically, Nosipho is telling us about financial management.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, thank you, ladies, for doing this. And it's for a good cause. And I am so pleased to say that I also learned a lot. And I hope that people out there are going to learn from this interview, because this was filled with a lot of nuggets. You don't need... Stop focusing on everything that you don't have. Look at what you have. Be able to be flexible, have patience, financial management, tap into your network. Those were like most of the things. I mean, it's a lot of things for people to process, but I believe that they will benefit from this. So thank you, Nosipho. Thank you, Nondu, for agreeing to do this.
It's a pleasure, Tanya. Thank you for having us.
And please drop your handle. If people want to get hold of you, maybe they have a project for you. Like, how can they get hold of you?
Alrighty.
Your handle? What is your handle? On Instagram, Facebook, or emails, any way that I can get hold of you?
On Facebook, it's Space Age Designs SA.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. So on Facebook is Space Age Design SA. On Instagram, all right, it seems I have lost the ladies, but no worries. I will write down where to get hold of them